各位记者朋友，大家下午好，欢迎出席外交部例行记者会。首先，我要发布一则消息。应中共中央政治局委员、外交部长王毅邀请，乌兹别克斯坦外长赛义多夫将于11月19日至22日访华，并举行首次中乌外长战略对话。下面欢迎大家提问。
谢谢发言人，总台央视记者提问。据报道，昨天习近平主席在旧金山出席
Yesterday in San Francisco, President Xi Jinping attended and addressed a welcome dinner hosted by friendly organizations in the U.S. The audience burst into extended applause a dozen times during the speech. Many present have said that President Xi's speech, sending a message of friendship to the American people, is of historic significance. Do you have more information to share with us?
当地时间15日
On November 15, local time, President Xi Jinping attended in San Francisco a welcome dinner hosted by friendly organizations in the U.S. and delivered an important speech. Before the dinner, President Xi held cordial meetings with representatives of the U.S. business community and other sectors, as well as friends from descendants of the Flying Tigers and General Joseph W. Stilwell, Coulon, Iowa, Washington State, among others. President Xi always values, supports, and encourages people-to-people exchanges between China and the U.S. He said on many occasions that the hope of the China-U.S. relationship lies in the people, foundation in our societies, future depends on the youth, and vitality comes from exchanges at subnational levels. Looking back on history, we can see clearly that none of those high-stake events in the relations would have been possible without the reaching out to each other by our peoples. During the Second World War, the Chinese-American people forged a bond of the Flying Tigers, which has stood the test of bond and fire. In 1971, a small ball moved the globe. And leading to the handshake across the Pacific, Coulon France continued to add new chapters to a century-old friendship story. And the goodwill and friendship between the two peoples have time again brought China-U.S. relations from a low ebb back on the right track. As President Xi Jinping noted in his speech, the foundation of China-U.S. relations was laid by our peoples. The door of the relations was opened by our peoples. The stories of the relations are written by our peoples. The future of China-U.S. relations will be created by our peoples. Once opened, the door of the relations cannot be shut again. Once started, the cause of China-U.S. friendship cannot be derailed halfway. No matter how the globe landscape evolves, the historical trend of peaceful coexistence between China and the United States will not change. The ultimate wish of our two peoples for exchanges and cooperation will not change. The expectations of the whole world for a steadily growing China-U.S. relationship will not change. At this San Francisco meeting, the two presidents reached important consensus on facilitating travels and promoting people-to-people exchanges. The two sides will increase direct passenger flights, hold a high-level dialogue on tourism, and streamline visa application procedures. The Chinese side has announced that it is ready to invite 50,000 young Americans to China on exchange and study programs in the next 5 years. We hope that the two peoples will make more visits, contacts, and exchanges, write new stories of friendship in a new era, and inject fresh impetus into the sustained growth of China-U.S. relations.
Next
question.
发言人好，塔斯社记者提问：美国国家安全委员会战略沟通协调员可迪主持在线记者会时表示，美国总统拜登在会见中国国家主席习近平时强调，美国仍然计划继续向台湾出货武器。科比指出，美国希望保障台湾的自卫能力。请问外交部对此有何评论？
台湾问题始终是中美关系中最重要、最敏感的问题。美方应该将不支持台独的表态体现在具体行动上，停止武装台湾，停止干涉中国内政，支持中国和平统一。下一个问题。
谢谢日本朝日电视台。今天总理首脑会谈的时候，是就是用战略互惠关系的词汇。 我觉得用战略付费关系的词汇是很长时间没有使用的。这会再次使用战略付费关系。用这个词汇的意义是什么？
对你说的很对哈。当地时间16日下午，国家主席习近平在旧金山会见了日本首相岸田文雄。会见的情况呢，中方已经发布了消息，你可以查阅。我也注意到两国领导人重申恪守中日4个政治文件的原则和共识，重新确认全面推进战略互惠关系的两国关系定位，致力于构建契合新时代要求的建设性稳定的中日关系。
constructive and stable China-Japan relations oriented to the new era.
下一个问题。
Next question, please.
Thank you. Question from Reuters. The United States and the Philippines have signed a landmark agreement that allows the United States to export nuclear technology and materials to the Philippines, which is exploring nuclear energy to decarbonize and increase its own energy independence. How does China view this development? Thank you.
中方注意到有关消息。
The Chinese side has taken note
各国
of
开
relevant
展和平
information.
利用核能国际
The
合作，
cooperation
应该
between
严格
countries
遵
in
守
peaceful
核不
use
扩
of
散的国际
nuclear
义务，保障核
energy
安
should
全、核
observe
安保。
international obligations of non-proliferation and ensure security and safety of nuclear.
下一个问题。
Next question, please.
谢谢发言人。共同社提问，这个日本首相岸田文雄，在美国旧金山，跟习近平主席会见的时候，明确要求，中方立即取消停止从日本进口食品的措施。你对此有何评论？
习近平主席在会见日本首相岸田文雄的时候指出，
President Xi Jinping
日
pointed
本福
out
岛核污染
the
水排
nuclear
海事关
contaminated
全
water
人类健
discharged
康、
into sea by
全球海洋
Japan
环境、国际
concerns
公共利益，
the health
日
of all
方应该严肃
humanity,
对
the
待
global
国内外
marine
的核
environment,
武关切，
international public
本着
interest.
负
The
责任
Japanese
和
side
建设性的
should
态度妥善处理。
earnestly
我
view
想
the
强调的
legitimate
是，
concerns
包括中
of
方在内
Japan
的
and
各国
international
采取
community
相应的
and
防
take
范和
responsible
应
and
对措
constructive
施，
manner to
维
handle
护
it.
食
I
品
want to
安全
emphasize
和民
that
众健康，
countries, including
完全
China,
是正当
have
合
been
理和必
taking
要的。
some
希望
countermeasures
日
to
方同
safeguard
中
food
方相向
safety
而
and
行，
health of its
本着
people.
建
It
设
is
性的态度，
legitimate,
通过磋
reasonable,
商
and
谈
necessary.
判，
We hope
找
that
到
Japan
解
can
决
work
福岛
with
核污
China
染水排
and
海
take
问
an
题的合适途
constructive
径。
attitude and find a right way to resolve this issue through consultation and negotiation. Next question, please.
还有其他问题吗？
Any more questions?
谢谢发言人。深圳卫视执新闻提问：11月16号，佩德罗·桑切斯成功连任了西班牙首相。
On November 16th, Sanchez was elected as Prime
中
Minister
方
of
祝贺
Spain.
桑切斯先生
With
连
China's
任
comment,
西班牙首
China
相。
side congratulates
近年
Mr.
来，中国和
Sanchez
西班牙
being
关系发
re-elected
展
as
平
the Prime
稳
Minister
顺
of
利，
Spain.
各领域
In
合作
recent
取得积
years,
极成果，
China and
有
Spain
力
have
增进了
maintained a
两国人
sound
民的福祉。
bilateral relations,
中方
which has
愿同
delivered
西班牙方面
benefits
一道，
to the two
巩固战
peoples,
略互信，
and
深化友好合作，
China is ready
携手
to
应
work
对
with
全球
Spain
性
to
挑战，
consolidate
推
strategic
动
mutual
中西
trust
全
and
面战略
friendship
伙
and
伴关系，
cooperation,
实
jointly
现更大
respond
的
to
发
global
展，
challenges,
并为促
make
进
greater
中欧
progress
交
in
流
our
合作
comprehensive
做出积
strategic
极贡献。
partnership and contribute to stronger exchanges and cooperation between China and Europe.
下一个问题。
Next question, please.
Thank you. Another question from Reuters. U.S. semiconductor equipment maker Applied Materials is under criminal investigation by the U.S. Justice Department for potentially evading export restrictions, sending equipment to China's chipmaker SMIC via South Korea without export licenses. Sources have told Reuters this. Is the ministry aware of this investigation, and how is the ministry responding to this matter? Thank you.
中方已经多次就美国对华芯片出口管制表明立场，美方应当停止将经贸、科技问题政治化、工具化、武器化。
Stop politicizing, instrumentalizing, weaponizing tech and trade issues. Stop disrupting the stability of global industrial supply chains. China will closely follow relevant development and firmly safeguard its rights and interests.
下一个问题。
Next question.
谢谢发言人。东方卫视记者提问：那么，在当地时间的16号，亚太经合组织工商领导人峰会在旧金山举行，习近平主席发表了书面演讲。那么，请问发言人能否进一步介绍有关情况？中国对推动亚太经济发展有何新愿景？谢谢。
亚太经合组织是亚太地区重要的经济合作机制。30年前，亚太地区领导人一致同意，共建一个活力、和谐、繁荣的亚太大家庭。这一决定推动亚太发展和经济全球化进入快车道。30年来，亚太合作坚持开放包容的主旋律，锚定共同发展的总目标，坚持求同存异的好做法，使亚太成为世界经济增长中心和全球发展稳定之锚。习近平主席在演讲中指出，亚太繁荣发展的历程表明，唯有合作才能发展，不合作是最大的风险。搞脱钩断链对谁都没有好处。要坚持开放的区域主义，坚定不移推进亚太自由贸易区进程。 尊重经济规律，发挥各自比较优势，促进各国经济联动融通，加强相关区域经贸协定和发展战略的对接，打造合作共赢的开放型亚太经济。亚太经合组织制定的布特拉加雅愿景明确提出，2040年建成亚太共同体，为亚太合作指明了方向。中方愿同亚太各方一道，共同建设持久和平、普遍安全。 共同繁荣、开放包容、清洁美丽的世界。习近平主席强调，今年以来，中国经济持续回升向好，增速在全球主要经济体中保持领先，高质量发展扎实推进。中国坚持敞开大门搞建设，坚定不移推进高水平对外开放，进一步扩大市场准入。无论国际形势如何变化，中国打造市场化、法治化、国际化营商环境的决心不会变，一视同仁为外商投资提供优质服务的政策不会变。中国式现代化对世界意味着更广阔的市场和前所未有的合作机遇，也将为世界现代化注入强大动力。欢迎全球工商界积极参与中国式现代化进程，共享中国高质量发展带来的巨大机遇。下一个问题。
Thank you. Another question from Reuters. The Myanmar junta has accused rebel groups in the country of seeking China's support for their cause. The rebel groups have pledged to eradicate online scam centers there, which China is also keen to eliminate. Has China engaged with the rebel groups, or would China engage with them on this matter? Thank you.
一段时间以来，中缅持续加强打击
China and
电信诈
Myanmar
骗
have
等
strengthened
跨境违法
cooperation
犯罪
in
合作，
combating
取得显著
telecommunication
成效。
frauds and other
大
transport
批电信
crimes
诈
and
骗
has
犯罪嫌
skilled
疑人被移
important
交给中
results.
方。
A large
中
number of
方将同
suspects
相
has
关
been
各方
transferred
继
to
续严
China.
厉打
China
击
will
电信
continue
诈
to
骗
work with
等
other
跨
parties
境违法
to
犯罪活
combat
动，
on
维
such
护两国
crimes
边境地区秩序
and to
和安宁。
safeguard the order and tranquility of the border area between the two countries.
下一个问题。
Next question, please.
还有
可以吗？谢谢。日本广播协会提问，关于今天举办的中日首脑会谈，中方日方岸田首相关于台湾海峡，谈到台湾海峡的和平和稳定，是包括日本之内的国际社会非常重要。请发言人对此有什么评论？
首先，台湾问题是中国内政，不
First,
容
the
任
Taiwan
何外部
question
干
is
涉。
internal affair
维
of
护
China
台
and
海
proves
和
no
平稳定
interference of
最
other
关键的
countries.
一条就
Safeguarding
是
the peace
坚
and
持一个
stability
中
of
国
the Taiwan Strait, the most important thing is to uphold the One China principle.
下一个问题，
Next question, please.
还有
Thank you. Last question from Reuters. South Korean media Yonhap has reported that South Korea and China are in talks to arrange a summit. Are there any details to share about this? When and where will the summit take place? Thank you.
你这个问题，我目前没有可以提供的信
For
息。
now, I have no information to offer on this.
下一个问题，
Next question.
还有其他问题吗？
Any more questions?
那好，今天的记者会到此结束，祝大家周末愉快。